Okay, in this lesson we're going to solve simultaneous equations where one of the equations is linear, a straight line, and the other one is non-linear. That could be a curve such as a quadratic or a reciprocal function, something like that. Okay, so this one here has an x squared and a y squared. It actually looks like a circle. It is a circle, sorry. And this here is a straight line. And what we would be finding is the places, if any, where the line crosses the circle. And at that point, the equations are said to be simultaneous. So we're solving these simultaneous equations, one linear and one non-linear. Okay, I'm going to take the x plus y is equal to 6 and I'm going to rewrite it as y equals 6 minus x. And then I'm going to square the whole thing, 6 minus x all squared. Now the reason I have done that is because here we have y squared just like we have here. Now at the moment we can't solve x squared plus y squared is equal to 20 because you have an x and a y. But why don't we replace the y squared with 6 minus x all squared? Okay, now we have an equation in x, and that means only one letter, only one variable, so we can solve that. Okay, now we need to expand this bracket here. Now don't forget what that means. That means 6 minus x times 6 minus x. I'm going to do this sort of the long way. So 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times negative x is negative 6x. Negative x times 6 is negative 6x. And negative x times negative x is positive x squared is equal to 20. Okay, let's add like terms. We've got an x squared and an x squared, and that gives us 2x squared. Negative 6 gives us negative 12x. And we've got 36 here, and that equals 20. Let's put this equal to 0. So that means we want to subtract 20 from both sides. And that gives a quadratic that we can solve. Now if you notice, 2, 12 and 16 are all even. So let's divide throughout by 2. That gives us x squared minus 6x plus 8. And we also divide the 0 by 2, and that just gives us 0. Now I'm hoping that this factorizes. It's going to be x and x. Got to multiply together to make positive 8. That's negative 4 and negative 2, and they add together to make the negative 6. And that tells us that x is equal to 2 and x is equal to 4. Okay, so using the x plus y is equal to 6, when x equals 2, 2 plus y is equal to 6, so y must equal 4. So y is equal to 4. And when x is equal to 4, x plus y is equal to 6, so 4 plus y is equal to 6, so y must equal 2. And so what we have is a pair of coordinates where the line, and in this case the circle, are simultaneous where they intersect. Solve the simultaneous equation. X times y is 24 and x is equal to y minus 2. Okay, let's call this 1 and let's call that 2. We're going to put 2 into 1. Okay, so x is y minus 2. So we're going to replace the x with y minus 2 times y is equal to 24. I'll expand that bracket. Y times y is y squared. Negative 2 times y is negative 2y is equal to 24. Let's make this right hand side equal to 0, i.e. subtract 24 from both sides, we can now factorize, and it could be 6 and 4. It's negative 6 add 4, because negative 6 add 4 is negative 2, and negative 6 times 4 is negative 24, and that tells us that y is negative 4 and y is equal to 6. Okay, I'm going to use xy is equal to 24 to find, actually no, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use x is equal to y minus 2 to find the x values. So when y is negative 4, x is equal to negative 4 minus 2, x is equal to negative 6. So x is equal to negative 6. And when y is equal to 6, x is equal to 4. So again, we have a pair of coordinates where this straight line, and in this case it was the reciprocal function, are simultaneous, where they intersect. Okay, very similar to the last one. We're going to have to rearrange this one though. Let's write it as y equals, 2x minus y is equal to 7. I'm going to write it as 7 plus y, so we're going to subtract 7 from both sides. So y is equal to 2x minus 7. Now we're going to put it into this one here. So we've got x, y is equal to 15, but the y is equal to 2x minus 7. Going to expand that bracket. 2x squared minus 7x is equal to 15, and we're going to put it equal to 0 so that we can hopefully put into two brackets there. It's got to be 2x and x, and it's going to be 3 and 5. Just got to choose wisely. Yeah, 5 and 3 there. It's negative 5, because that gives us negative 10, add 3, which gives us the negative 7 in the middle. Okay, so from here, 2x plus 3 is equal to 0, 2x is equal to negative 3, x is equal to negative 3 over 2, and x minus 5 is equal to 0, so x is equal to 5. Need to find the corresponding y values. Well, we've got this here where we can find those y values. So when x is equal to 5, y is equal to 2 times 5 minus 7, which is 10 minus 7, which is 3. So that gives you y is equal to 3 there. And when x is equal to minus 3 over 2, y is equal to 2 times negative 3 over 2 minus 7. 2's cancel, so it's negative 3 minus 7, negative 10. Negative y is equal to negative 10. So again, we have those coordinate pairs where these two equations are simultaneous, and graphically where they intersect. Next question. X squared plus y squared is equal to 17. That's a circle. And x plus 4y is equal to 0. Okay, I'm going to write this one here as x is equal to negative 4y, and that means that x squared is 16y squared. Going to use this one now. So x squared plus y squared is equal to 17, but x squared is 16y squared plus y squared is equal to 17. That means 17y squared is equal to 17, so y squared is equal to 1. So that means that y is equal to 1, or y is equal to negative 1. Okay, then we can use this one here to find the value of x. So x is equal to negative 4y. When y is equal to 1, x is equal to negative 4. And when y is equal to -1, x is equal to -4 times -1, which is 4. So x is equal to 4 there. So again, we have this ordered pair, the pair of coordinates, and this one here, where the two curves intersect. Question number 5, for the final question. Looks quite tricky. Going to replace that y there with, I'm going to rewrite this as 2y equals 3 minus x, and so therefore y is equal to a half 3 minus x, and I'm going to leave it like that. So taking this equation here, we've got x squared plus 3x, and then the y is going to be this here, so it's going to be times a half 3 minus x is equal to 10. Okay, so just a little bit complicated, I guess. Actually, I'm going to multiply throughout by 2, and by doing so this half will disappear. So 2x squared plus 3x times 3 minus x is equal to 20. I'm going to multiply, expand this bracket here, 2x squared plus 9x minus 3x squared equals 20. Add the like terms, so 2x and minus 3x squared, so that's negative x squared plus 9x is equal to 20. Because this is a negative x squared, I think we should put this side equal to 0, so add x squared to both sides, take away 9x, and gives us that. So 0 is equal to x, 5 and 4, negative and negative, because a negative 5 times negative 4 gives us positive 20, and their sum is negative 9. So that means x is equal to 5 and x is equal to 4. Okay, I'm going to use this here to find the corresponding values of y. So when x is equal to 5, y equals a half 3 minus 5, which is a half of negative 2, which is negative 1. So y is negative 1. And then when x is equal to 4, y equals a half 3 minus 4. And 3 minus 4 is negative 1, so negative 1/2. So y is equal to negative 1/2.